Hey folks, Mr. Wilson here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be experiencing the virtual Roblox Red Arrows display team. They invited me to one of their practices, so I think you'll enjoy it. But if you enjoy Roblox content, please subscribe. A small percentage are actually subscribed, so according to statistics, please subscribe, thanks. But right as I do this commentary, I'm actually getting a tour of this whole place where they actually do their trainings, which is RA of Scranton. So enjoy this time lapse right behind me. Before we indulge into this experience of a training by these amazing people, I want to thank Patreon and the virtual Roblox Red Arrows for inviting me, and I appreciate it. Otherwise, what you'll be seeing is an unedited look at the entire performance, because I'm both lazy to edit it, I also really want you guys to get the entire experience and don't cut anything that might be interesting to you. You can always skip through the video if you want to, because why not? But otherwise, I'll just go ahead and shut up and let you guys enjoy what's ahead of you.
3.
There you go. Cool.
4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
Red's rolling 40% now. And gear up.
Remind you guys that if you press the camera icon on the bottom right, you can change your FOV, although that's pretty much useless with the Shift P camera. If you press the eye icon on the bottom right, you've got a spectator tool, and if you press the arrows, you can scroll through people you want to watch. Sorry, I'm trying to get that to myself. And then the cog icon has a couple of buttons, such as remove buildings, and materials. That's usually for reducing lag.
Now.
For pilots. Anyway, back to my display commentary.
Easy out. Now.
Now that the Reds are airborne, they'll be starting their display very shortly. I am in contact with Red 1, so I'll give you a moment's notice before they come thundering overhead. The team usually takes around 3 to 6 minutes to form and line up on their approach. The team itself was formed in late 2017 by the officer commanding VRRA. Since then, we have flown at many different major airshows across Roblox. The team is made up of 9 pilots, being supported by command staff, developers, engineers, and photographers. If you are interested in joining the team, please feel free to come up to any one of us after the show. The pilots and myself will be in our signature red suits, whilst engineers and support staff will be in our blue flight suits. I've just received confirmation that we are go for the display and that the red arrows are inbound, on approach and coming straight towards us at a speed of over 300 feet per second.
Coming left now. Easy out. Now. Red smug on. Go. Red's colour on. Go.
Colour on calls Red 1. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the virtual Roblox Red Arrows!
Red's smug off. Go.
Leading the formation is Squadron Leader KB-120. Call sign KB is from the United Kingdom and has previously been Red 2 and Red 9 for the team. Now serving as team leader, KB is in charge of planning, training and leading the display routine. KB also flies in real life, working to attain his private pilot's license in the Piper PA-28. As well as this, he is also an avid VATSIM pilot and air traffic controller. During displays, Red 1 is also the one calling out the commands to keep the rest of the Reds in time. To do this, KB has to speak in a very metronomic cadence in terms that pilots can recognise and act on, so that all the aircraft can move as one. Red 1 now calls the 9 aircraft into its newest formation. Red 1 and 6 shift forward to create the shape of the Royal Air Force's iconic multi-role fighter, used extensively around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Typhoon Pass.
Coming left now. Holding the bank now. Easing out now.
The Typhoon GR4 is used by the Royal Air Force as well as many allied nations, primarily in the air-to-air dogfighting role. In the United Kingdom, they are also the aircraft of choice for quick reaction alert, ready to scramble and intercept any aircraft that breaches United Kingdom airspace, 24/7.
Red smug on go. Coming left now. Holding the bank now.
The first 5 jets you saw at the front of the formation are Reds 1 through 5 and are known as Enid, whilst the 4 jets that make up the rear of the formation are Reds 6 through 9. They are known as Jippo after a former RAF Red Arrows pilot. Jippo are responsible for flying the more dynamic sections of the display, the first of which you will see in a few minutes. Due to technical reasons, it appears we have to lose Red 8, so the rest of the display, or at least the next couple of formations, will be taking place with 8 jets instead of 9.
Go.
Box had a Tesco delivery to attend to.
That'll be why, I guess. As Typhoon moves away from us, you'll see the formation transition once again into another iconic aircraft. Also, Red 9's back. Sorry, Red 8. This will be another brand new formation, with this being the first time we've flown at a public display. This time, the supersonic airliner that first flew 50 years ago. It is, of course, Concorde.
Faz, what are you doing?
8 and 9, smug on, go. Coming right now. Holding the bank now.
Red 2 is being flown by Killua Killer. Call sign Killer is one of our newer pilots, flying display since May of 2020. He started off as Reserve 2 before moving up to the official Red 2 slot. In his free time, Killer enjoys sports aviation and its Roblox counterpart of Row Aviation, flying in multiple other Roblox display teams.
Go.
It's about to get a lot more exciting, representing the combat aircraft that retired from RAF service in 2018, having spent 3 decades on the front lines. Red 6 and 7 move back.
Air brakes down now.
Ready for Tornado.
Coming left now. Holding the bank now. Easy out. Now.
Oh, by the way, if any of you are taking pictures, please send them to me. I would very much appreciate that. Also, if you give permission for me to post them in gallery, I'll fully credit you. And oh yeah, I'll post them in gallery, the ones I like the best. If that's okay.
Red smug on. Go. Synchro. Roll. Go.
Aboard.
Red 6 and 7 are the ones rolling around the rest of the formation, sustaining up to 5 times Earth's gravity as they do so, creating the tornado effect you can see before you. If you look carefully at the underside of the aircraft as they go past, you'll be able to see the air brakes and flaps extending and retracting. Our developers have worked extremely hard to make sure that every aspect of the jets are animated. Red 3 is being flown by callsign Azteco. Azteco has been flying with the VRRA since May of 2020, being another one of our newer pilots. Azteco is currently in acting reserve for Jippo and flies on the left wing of the formation. Azteco is from Ireland and in his spare time enjoys hurling and skiing.
Kai. Kai. Can we
Yeah.
get a Viper in VC, please? Am I going back to 8?
The next manoeuvre marks the end of part 1 of our display, and we'll see Enid and Jippo split up to perform separate manoeuvres.
Coming left now. Holding the bank now. Easing out now.
If you look straight out in front of you now, you'll see all 9 aircraft coming straight towards us, ready for the detonator.
Easing out now.
You guys might want to use, or just look at this from the ground. Don't be spectating at the pilots. I think this looks best from the ground. It's designed to be viewed from the crowd line.
In it, smug on. Go. In it, break, go, and tilt and pull. In it, smug off, go.
Whoa.
Now that Enid and Jippo have split up, Jippo prepared to perform the most intense section of the display. Meanwhile, Red 4 is being flown by callsign Danny. He comes from Poland and has been flying with the VRRA since early September of 2020. When not flying, Danny likes to play tennis and military simulation games.
Threshold.
The 4 aircraft of Jippo have now descended to just 100 feet over the runway with a closing speed of over 300 miles per hour. Get your cameras ready. This is the amazing Jippo Pass.
Here's a Chewy.
And smoke on go. Jippo, break, go. Synchro, roll. 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 Roll.
The last pilot from Enid is Avia Samuel. Call sign Avia has been in our Red 5 slot since she joined us in late 2018. Avia is from Israel and in his spare time is an avid footballer and flight simulation enthusiast. Bringing it back to Enid now, Red 1 has reformed the 5 aircraft of Enid into a single line. If you look off to the left, you'll be able to see Red 1 bringing them in for the line astern pass.
Enid, colour on, go.
Being a member of the VRRA is often less of a traditional display team and more of a family, as every member of the team are great friends, having game nights almost every night without fail. This means that all the pilots trust and respect each other a lot more, and makes the display environment a lot friendlier.
Threshold.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first manoeuvre led by our amazing synchro pair. Red 6 and 7 fly directly towards each other and get ready to bank hard towards each other, pulling 6 times Earth's gravity in the carousel. Both pilots swap colours halfway around the circle to keep one side red and one side blue.
Smoke off, go.
The synchro pair is made up of Red 6 and 7, 2 of our most experienced pilots. They perform the daring opposition manoeuvres, the first of which you have just witnessed.
He's dragging me in now, Kelly. I just mute myself.
Hello, check.
The pilot that was taking a Tesco delivery is just reforming. That's what we're waiting on now. After that, then we'll be coming back to Enid. They'll be running in from the crowd right.
Enid, get down.
How does one stop the spectating?
You just go back to your character using Q&E, and then or the arrows, and then pressing the eye icon. Well, I missed my commentary cue for that, but whatever. That maneuver you just saw was flown by the 5 aircraft of Enid and Red 9, who flew down the middle of Enid in the Goose, named after the character who met an unfortunate end in quite a famous film, Top Gun. If any of you seen it, you might know that he flew through a canopy and died. So the real-life Red Arrow decided to gloriously represent him by flying a jet through a canopy of white smoke. So we copy it because it's funny. Those of you who are enjoying the show, please be sure to show your appreciation in chat. The pilots will be able to catch glimpses at it whilst they fly, and it will really mean a lot to them, as they've been working extremely hard to perfect the display for you all here today. Another brand new maneuver that we are performing here for the show at the first time. Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look to the left and right now, you'll see the synchro pair flying directly towards each other. Once again, in the high G opposition barrel rolls. This is crossbow. I'm not used to hearing them talk at the same time I'm talking. All new tests, all new tests. Sorry if it sounds like I'm making excuses, I'm not trying to. Red 6, leader of the synchro pair, as well as the rear of the formation, is flown by Watery the Game. Call sign Watery is one of our most experienced and longest serving pilots. Having flown the team since late 2018, Watery is in her second year, having previously flown in the Red 9 and 7 slots. Watery is from the United Kingdom, and in her spare time is an avid skier and sim racer.
Four and 5. Break, break, go. 2 and 3. Break, break, go.
The members of our team you may have seen dotted around in blue flight suits are the team support staff. They're mainly made up of engineers, but also consist of our media personnel and admin team. If you see any of them walking around, please feel free to ask them any questions you may have about the display. That's mainly for air shows, you can just ask me here if you want. Back to Jippo now, as they prepare to fly one of our trickiest maneuvers. Reds 8 and 9 maintain tight inverted formation, as Red 6 and 7 roll around them in opposing directions. From the right, this is the corkscrew.
Jippo, smoke off and go. 8 and 9 rolling out.
Red 7, the aircraft at the rear of that formation, is flown by 999, please hold. This is outdated. That's not who's flying there today. The team's trainings are conducted 3 times a week and vary between split trainings, in which we have Enid and Jippo perform their maneuvers separately. Full team trainings, where the pilots practice flying the maneuvers that consist of all 9 pilots. And full run-through pilots like we're doing here today, which see the team perform a full run-through of the entire display routine, just like they would for a real show.
It's hard for me to let go, but I think that I'm finally feeling
Go. Synchro. Color on. Go.
Now, coming in from the left, Red 6 flies just 5 feet over Red 7. This is the mirror pass.
all of the wounds that were opened by you are now closing. I finally know how to live without hurting myself.
This means flying upside down, can't even fly straight like normal.
Say again, sorry?
Oh no, nothing. I was just saying how cool it is how he's flying upside down.
It's quite tricky, actually. I've tried it. The display itself is based off the real routine as flown by the real RAF Red Arrows, with the majority of our maneuvers and procedures being as true to life as possible. However, due to the constraints of the Roblox game itself, we've had to get creative and take many liberties in order to get our show as true to life as possible. In order to become a VRRA display pilot, applicants have to undergo 3 written exams, 2 verbal interviews, as well as a full month of practical flying assessments. Once they pass, these trainees graduate from their black training Hawk aircraft into the signature red display aircraft you can see performing here today.
Holding the bank.
I finally know how to live without hurting myself. I think that I am moving on cause I do feel less broken. I needed a sign and this is the sign that I'm
And coming down. Holding at 70.
If you look directly up now, you may just about be able to see Red 1 guiding Reds 2 to 5, 8 and 9 directly towards the ground, ready to pull up and away from the ground, leveling up at an altitude of just 100 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the vertical break.
Break. Go.
Whoa.
Red smoke off. Go.
The jet on the far right of that break is Red 8. Red 8 is being flown by callsign Major, who has flown with the team since 2018, with the majority of his time being spent within Jippo. Major is from Northern Ireland and is our resident die-hard Navy enthusiast. Despite this, he is one of our longest Actually, this is late, he's not even in this team anymore. Despite this, he is one of our longest serving members, being with the team since its creation, originally as Red 4 before moving on to Jippo. Yeah, he left last week. He retired. He's like,
It's awkward.
flying above you right now is the synchro pair performing one of their signature maneuvers. It is time for the heart. It is tradition for us to dedicate each heart to a different individual or group, and so today I'd like to dedicate this heart to one of our own developers, Samasage TFE, who has spent the last month raising money for the Vulcan Restoration Trust, a charity that works hard to preserve and maintain one of the last living Avro Vulcan bombers. Sam has managed to raise over £2,000 for his truly selfless act. We at the Red Arrows dedicate this heart to him. Turning our attention once more straight out in front of us, the 4 jets of Jippo are coming in directly, one more time, ready to perform one of their most daring maneuvers yet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jippo Break. I think you guys are going to like this one. Once again, it's meant to be viewed from the crowd line again. It's similar to the one before.
Oh gosh, which group do I look at? There's 2 different groups.
Just
So smoke on, go.
view us
Jippo,
and then look out in
collar
front of
on,
us.
Go 6 and 7, roll, go. 8 and 9, roll, go. Jippo, break, break. Go.
The final aircraft in Jippo is Red 9, flown by callsign Preston. Preston has flown with the team since May of this year, originally flying in the Reserve 3 slot, moving on to the Red 2 and now flying as Red 9. Preston, like the rest of us, is also a huge fan of the real-life RAF Red Arrows, following them around to as many airshows as possible all around the country. In from the left and right now, you'll see the synchro pair coming in and flying directly towards us one last time as they prepare to swap inversions in the vice versa.
Synchro, roll, go.
With the vice versa now complete and the synchro pair departing off to the left and right, we are now nearing the end of our display routine, with one last maneuver before the landing break. We would like to quickly just say that if you've enjoyed today's display, please take a moment to check out our social media pages, links to which can be found in our Discord server.
Eight aboard. Nine aboard.
Red, smoke on, go.
Once again, we would like to thank you very, very much for watching. I have been One Patronomo, and we have been the virtual Roblox Red Arrows! Just before I leave you to go rejoin the rest of my team, keep an eye on the Red Jets as they run in one last time from the right in formation, ready to break for the landing break. Said that wrong. Once landed, the Reds will taxi back to the stand and perform a short ground display. Thank you so much for being such an incredible audience, and we hope to see you all very, very soon. Patron out. I'm not actually going anywhere. That's just where I'd end my display commentary. Ha ha ha, you have been fooled. I'm going to leave their comms on now permanently, because I've been turning it off and on throughout the display, so that you don't hear them talking about some stuff, and you hear them talking about the right stuff. Because they tend to banter a bit throughout.
Yeah.
I'll pull up for the landing break.
But I'm going to leave their comms on now, so you can hear. So yeah, they're just going to form up into their regular Vixen formation, fly down the runway, turn their smoke on and off, and then break one at a time, ready to land.
Hello?
That's that Mustang.
And are all you guys European?
Yeah, I think Israel. Yeah, that's semi-European. Israel, I think, is the furthest at the moment, and that's on the border of Europe. So yeah, we're all European. We have had Americans in the past, though. Our team has been pretty diverse. I accidentally just walked into that sodding wall with you.
Left now.
Jane's
Holding
very excited.
the bank.
I did find them with
Jane has to deal with us Americans all day, so he's really excited to see some Europeans.
Easing out now.
Video.
Do not start that, Brendan.
Alright, they're probably about 3 kilometers out at the moment. 5, 10, I don't know, 3. I'll say 3. Aluminum. Ugh.
Coming left now.
They're coming in from the right, by the way. They're about to turn their smoke on.
Shit. We need a second.
Easing out.
If you use Shift P and zoom in, it's always the best
Now.
view. That's what we usually use for media stuff.
Yo, I feel like I go so slow when I do Shift P this. I need to like spectate so I can like click.
Yeah, no. If you zoom out in the direction that you want to put your camera, and then Shift P. Right here they are running in. Some of the pilots were incorrectly identified during that commentary because it's outdated. I usually update it before every display.
Smack on.
So when they break, I'll name them one by one for credit reasons. I'm legally obligated to. I swear.
Red smack on. Go.
So the person
Red
to voice your hearing at the moment is Red
now.
1, that's KB120.
Uh huh.
2 Patrolamo,
3.
Andre,
4.
Daniel,
5.
Avia Samuel,
6.
Water 8, Red 6 is the Synchro leader.
7.
Synchro 2, half Patrolamo. Bennett didn't have his
Nine.
mumble on. And Preston, he's the person who led all the Jippo maneuvers. So now they're going to come in single file and land. They will taxi back and all dismount. They do a quite fancy thing, where they'll dismount at the same time and march back. You don't have to. That's the display. So if you guys want to leave, feel free to. That's the display complete. I hope you've all. If you want to stay, of course you can. Where the pilots usually go and have a debrief. I'm sure I could let you in and listen if you were interested.
Have you guys ever done code shares with a commercial airline?
When you say code share, what do you mean?
Because you know, often commercial airlines they will do code shares, as in they will have like a double flight or something like that, or like like have multiple aircrafts and that sort of thing. Like
We've
how do you
had
guys-
formation flights with commercial aircraft. We don't tend.
Okay.
I don't even know what code share is, so I guess not. We've flown with the Rubia 747 when they were filming a trailer. We've
I see.
flown with a ANA. Was it a 727? I think.
Is it for like more media stuff, or is it more like commercial, like public flights?
Well, it's usually for air shows. If they're going to an air show, then we'll fly with them. Because why not? They're going to the air show. We're going to the air show. It looks fancy. So usually when I'm not doing commentary, I'll either be practicing it or I'll be guiding the aircraft, saying, red 6 go left a bit, red 9 down, etc. Or either that or I'll be taking pictures. Those are my usual responsibilities. Thank you for Sam for helping me today. He is our developer. He's very cool. Is Sam even here? No, he's deafened. I dedicated the heart to him and he's not even here. Hope he heard that. Ugh. So I hope you enjoyed it. We do this twice a week, so but I like to have visitors because it puts pressure on the pilots. Otherwise they tend to banter a bit too much. We haven't got any upcoming air shows, like proper air shows at the moment, so that's why things are still a bit loose
10%
in terms of the maneuvers and pilots knowing where they're meant to be, so their formation wasn't exactly perfect a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, landing lights on.
Once again, sorry if it sounds like I'm making excuses. I'm just stating the facts.
Jane,
Oh yeah, should I bring you guys over to the thing?
Jaden,
Yeah.
what do you think they make the planes out of?
What? Do not. Don't even say it, Brandon.
What do you think they make the planes out of?
I know what you're gonna say. No. I'm not going there.
No, what do you think then?
No, I'm not answering.
What is it? What?
Okay, down to 7%.
So if you guys just stay here on the grass for a second, you'll see them do their fancy stuff. And as you can see, the jets are quite volatile and glitchy occasionally, especially on the ground. So that's why we got to be careful that visitors aren't clicking them or getting in. Which is why I was like had to have that massive document before.
Oh.
Sorry if that seemed a bit, obnoxiously long.
7% box.
Oh, what happened?
7%.
Pilots are doing well. Cool, I'm going to now mute the mumble. Because they'll probably start bantering.
Oh god.
Yeah, once again, it's quite glitchy, especially when the jets are all very close to each other. They tend to touch each other and then not be
No,
happy.
I'm surprised you guys haven't like glitched more because like our aircrafts are often very glitchy.
Welcome to Roblox. It's just not built for this whatsoever.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, never mind. He's decided to sink. Because basically, the jets aren't collidable whatsoever. So that if the jets do happen to glance each other, they go flying away, because that's embarrassing. But that means if they put their gear up, they will just sink through the floor. Which is the, I guess some of them have accidentally hit the G key occasionally.
Well, I mean, that's mind-boggling. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe if new. That would greatly help the channel. Thank you for the virtual Roblox Red Arrows team for an amazing performance, and the Discord server will be in the description. Join it. But lads, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.